Good morning, it's Christian from Berlin. It's very early in the morning, I haven't even brushed my teeth yet. And I'd rather go blind than you smell that. So let's go straight and play it. Let's not waste time. So hello everybody to this help section for I'd rather go blind. Well, I'd rather go blind than leaving you alone with this. Although it's not so hard in general, there are not so many notes and it's quite slow, but there are a couple of tricky moments and as usual I will dip into those moments where you might have difficulties. The rest you can see in detail. There's a slow replay after this where you can learn step by step with at very slow speed. Now let's first have a look at the bass, and some of you might know this bass already. It's 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, and that's the basic pattern. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, and but now, as opposed to blues, we change to the B minor, where it's the same. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, and so that's also no problem, these two. And then comes the third bar, where it's a little bit different, where it's 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, and so here we have a little bit of interruption of that pattern. It's where we change from A to D, 1 D with E in the bass, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1, and then it starts all over. And that's the really nice thing about this: the bass stays the same. I might in my playing occasionally have dropped one bass note. There's no benefit in it. You can do it with me, it doesn't matter, but you can also just really stay on this 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. And sometimes I drop this because I'm not focused. Shame on me. So 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, and that's all. You stay with this. You can do my drops also, but you can also stay just with this. We go straight, before we go into other details, to the chorus, because there's one rhythmic difficulty that is anti-intuitive, and we have to do that because many people will not get this rhythmically. So it goes like this: 1 and 2. So, as easy as it sounds right now, let's have a look what it is. It's 1 and 2, and here we start. So first of all, I told you my kavai is very sensitive to touch, even if it does not sound. So you might get a green light here quite regularly, because I have this finger on the F sharp. So it's really just 1. You understand the problem, right? It gets a contact. You see a green on that thing, but you don't hear it. So the thing is 1 and 2 notes, and then this one. So these are just always 2 notes. 1 and 2, 3, and now comes 4. The next, you take orientation with when the E is played. This. So that's the hard bit. You will find out that this is sort of shifted, and I do it again. 1 and 2, 3 and 4. 1 and 2, 3 and 4. So we start 1 and 2. That's the easy one. It's just on the second of the triplets of the 2 2 or as other teachers might call it, 2 to and or 2 to t. I know there are different possibilities. I just for now keep it like my usual retarded 2 1 and 2 3 and 4. 1 and 2 3 and that's it. That's the only thing you have to remember, that the first one is easy. The second E is coming on the 4, 1 and 2, and the last one is coming on the 2 again. Pardon my Swedish. So 1 and 2, 3 and 4. 1 and 2, 3, and 4, and then you go on. So that's really, I found, the hardest bit. Then we have very often at the end of the verse, we have something like now, like this one. There are two variations of this ending. One that goes and you see the second one is shorter. So the first one is when wa ha han two. That's easy. You know the piece is all in triplet structure. All. There's no exception. So that is just an wa ha han 2 and 3 and 4 and wa ha han 2. Easy peasy. What about the fast ones? Of course, when the singers are singing it, it's just really a repeating chord structure. There is not much in it. You see the bass is always the same. So where comes the musically interesting bit? In the phrasing of this singer. Like when Etta James is singing it, and I would transcribe what she is singing, you couldn't play it. Because, it's always a little bit different and syncopated. So I put in a little bit of that variations and there it sometimes is. These are 16th triplets, but in this case we don't care. You treat it like one note with a sort of embellishment, like you would treat or it's not counted. You just treat it as one thing with a little decoration. And this is the C, and the decoration is the B and the A. So it's like, and then it's fine. Yeah, it's really just like that. Just play it fast, like a fast decoration. It doesn't really matter if you play like or, okay? So the main thing is that you stay with the left hand, that you don't get out of control of the beat when you do this. Oh, stress, 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 and then you're too late here. So, do-do-do, 2 and 3, do-do-do, 2 and 3, just like do-do-do. If you want to, you can say do-do-do. Just let nobody of your work colleagues hear it, because you might just lose your job and go to a mental institution. So do-do-do, 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. And then we have these triplets where you don't play all triplets, but they're still there, like 1 and 2. Something like this. There's no secret, it's just one triplet kept silent, like 1 and 2, 2, 2. Because many get confused. What is it? What is it? Where is it? Stay calm, stay calm. It's nothing. It's really nothing. It's 1 and 2. So just the first one is silent. 1 and 2, 3. Nothing to it, as long as you count a little bit. That's what I always want you to do. Get familiar with basic counting and you will be so much faster. 1 and 2, 3. Easy peasy and no terror in sight. Especially when the chorus is played further up, the verses, like what is this? 1 and 2. Now that I explained it to you, you must know it. Did you get it? So 1 and, now let's have the triplets. 2, 3, 4. You see how baby easy it is. Just this time it's the last triplet that is silent. 1 and 2 silent, 3 silent, 4 silent. It's all really a cozy, warm, regular triplet structure. 1 and 2 2, 2, 3, 3, 3, 4. And then we have the full triplet. Okay, and then we have which you just learned right now. And then we have one little thing that I'm going to explain to you too. It's this one. 1 and 2. Okay, here we are. There's a little thing, a little bit more rhythmically aggressive to make the song more emotional and for you to like it even more. So what did I do there? It's 1 and 2 and to 3. So this thing is again one of your decorations. You can play it as you like, but the one before. 1 and 2 and we are on the and now, and on the and of this left hand come 2 16th notes. That's all. 1 and 2 and decoration. 1 and 2 and to 3 decoration, no counting. 1 and now here. That's it. Stop it! Stop it! Christian, it's Sunday, but the hands don't want to play on a Sunday. So, you got that bit, and then almost one of the most important bits that looks so easy, but it ain't. When you start, you have the intro, and then we start with the song. You have this, at many positions in this piece, you have these things. Start, first verse. Again, pay attention where the difficulty might be. 1 and 2. It's here. Now we are here. It's the first verse, first line of the first verse. We are with the fourth finger here. And we could play the melody just here. This is what you can do. So 1 and 2, 3 and 4, 1 and 2. The easy one, easy solution. But I have to go from the fifth finger fast to this one, because we want to add chord notes here. And this will, at a certain tempo, feel tricky. You will collapse there. You will stumble there. So what I would recommend is you either just take this one note, or you practice that on its own. 1 and 2. Now we are here, and you learned from me that you have to look ahead. So you practice it, and you see these already. Because you have to, in the end, you have to do. And this is the tricky bit. So, you see the problem, right? And I promise you, it's not so easy to get this, although it's pretty slow, okay? So, otherwise you just play this one. Ba-da-dum, easy peasy, and so on, that you will find out by yourself. Also, the intro, and with that I will close, is also triplet. Remember what I said about the whole thing is in triplet structure, and it starts on 1 and 2, 1 and 2 and 3, 4, 1. Before you waste too much time there, it starts on the 3, the second triplet on the 3. 1 and 2 and 3, 4, 1. 1 and 2 and 3, 4, 1 and 2 and... Yes, okay, I could mention this one. Like, now you have the fourth finger here. You man with big pranks, you won't have a problem here. You ladies or smaller man, try it. Otherwise, we can, to tie it from here to these 3. Otherwise, you simplify it and you leave out this one. That is a bit easier if you leave out the index finger here. No problem. It's not taking much from the sound, from the overall sound. Okay? So, repeating quickly. First, don't look at the green light. Look at what showed you in my explanation. It's 2 notes. And starting on strange points like 4, 2. You see my finger wants to go here again. So it would be again a green light. Then we have the ornamentation. No counting, just play. Important is that you play these first ones together, if you have to, if there is one. So, and the triplets. So 2 variations of that. And with that you should be fine. It's a wonderful piece. If you don't manage, for richer sound, I use the triplets here, just the major triad, for example, and just double the top note. It's a typical thing to make piano sound more richer, fuller, orchestral. If this is keeping you, you can always try with this. It's of course taking away a little bit of richness, but before you don't do it at all, because I want you to play it, you just play then. So, like for example this. You just play, listen. Still sounds good, no? Instead of... Okay, now it's time for me to go out and enjoy the rain. It's rainy and pretty warm for winter. Have a nice Sunday, have a nice weekend, have a nice life, which you have anyway, and all the best from Berlin. Bye-bye. Thanks for watching. hope you liked my video and that you learned something. Now you can subscribe. Just press this subscribe button or click on another of my videos on this side. Thanks for watching. See you next time. Bye bye.